Welcome to Mindful Moments. Nourish your mind on the go. We're all about bite-sized knowledge delivered right to your ears. And get this, powered by AI narration. Today, we're going deep, real deep into Cixin Liu's The Dark Forest. It's a sci-fi epic that'll have you thinking differently, about humanity's place in the universe. It might even have you looking over your shoulder at the night sky.
Yeah, this is one of those books that just grabs you from the first page and throws you headfirst into this universe where the biggest threat might be just letting anyone know that you exist.
So it's like hide and seek, but with civilizations.
Exactly, and the stakes are huge, like extinction level, huge.
Okay, so how does that even work?
Well, it all starts with this idea called cosmic sociology, which basically changes how we think civilizations would interact. It's not all friendly aliens and spaceships.
No more take me to your leader?
Yeah, no more of that. The book says the universe is a dangerous place, like incredibly dangerous. Any civilization that broadcasts its location is basically a giant target.
So shouting into a dark forest, not knowing what's out there.
You got it. And that's where we meet the Trisolarans. They're this alien civilization facing their own problems back home, ecological collapse, the whole bit. And they've got their eyes set on Earth. And wouldn't you know it, we just send out a giant welcome signal.
Talk about bad timing. So humanity's response is this Wallfacer project, right?
嗯
4 people, absolute power, come up with a defense strategy. Sounds like a movie.
It is a bit like a movie, a really high-stakes one. Humanity's facing annihilation, and this is their desperate gamble.
So we have the former U.S. Secretary of Defense, all about that military might. And then the former president of Venezuela, he's into nuclear deterrence. And a leading neuroscientist figures we can just outsmart the Trisolarans.
Right, and then there's Luo Ji, the sociologist. He seems like the odd one out at first, but he ends up with the deepest understanding of cosmic sociology.
But the Wallfacer project, it doesn't really work out, does it?
No, it doesn't. And it's not just because of the Trisolarans. It's human nature, too. Betrayals, mistakes, agendas, it all falls apart.
Which makes the Trisolaran attack that much worse. That droplet probe they send just wipes out our entire space fleet.
It's brutal. The book doesn't shy away from the details. This tiny thing slicing through warships like they're nothing. It's a reminder of how outmatched we might be.
Yeah, it's a defeat, for sure. But it feels like more than that, like a psychological blow.
Absolutely. It's despair, disillusionment, the whole package. And it's at this point of utter hopelessness, that Luo Ji comes up with a solution, a chillingly practical one.
He uses the dark forest theory itself, right? Turns it into a weapon.
He does. It's audacious, it's morally complicated, and it makes you think about the true cost of survival.
All right, now I'm hooked.
Luo Ji's plan, yeah, it's morally complex, but it does buy humanity some time. A fragile peace, yeah, a truce with the Trisolarans, but it's definitely hanging by a thread.
So we're living under a ticking time bomb, knowing that their fleet is still coming.
That's the reality. And the book jumps ahead 2 centuries. We see how this looming threat, has reshaped humanity. Things like perpetual motion, synthetic food, technology's advanced, but the cost has been huge.
Families, homes, like society as we know it has completely changed.
Yeah, and it's really a stark look at how technology can't shield us from that existential dread.
So where's Luo Ji in all of this? He wakes up in this new world, not a Wallfacer anymore.
Right, just another citizen dealing with the consequences. And the book takes a hard look at the Wallfacer project itself. It's shown as a failure. Wasted resources, achieved very little.
I guess absolute power isn't the answer after all.
Wow.
But didn't we learn something about Bill Hines too? The neuroscientist Wallfacer.
We did. Turns out he had his own plans. His wife reveals that he was actually trying to sabotage humanity. He thought defeat was inevitable.
Wow, a real betrayal. It's a good reminder that even with a common enemy, people have their own motives.
Definitely. But amidst all the betrayals and failures, there's a different kind of hero. Zhang Beihai, a former naval officer. He's tasked with preserving humanity's military knowledge.
He's in that hibernation program, right? Like a safeguard.
Exactly. But he's suspicious of all the new technology. He thinks it's made humanity complacent. He believes in fighting, in the strength of the human spirit.
So he hijacks the spaceship. The natural selection. He's escaping.
Yeah, a bold move, but it shows the divisions within humanity. Fight or flee, that's the question.
And then the Trisolaran probe attacks the human space fleet, and, well, it doesn't go well.
This is where Liu's writing really shines. He describes the droplet's power, the precision, the ruthlessness. It destroys the fleet in minutes.
It's a massacre. Our weapons, they're useless. The Trisolarans are just too advanced.
But even in defeat, there's human courage. Characters like Zhang Beihai and Dongfang Yangsu, the captain of natural selection, they make tough choices, face death bravely.
And then the droplet, after destroying the fleet, changes course, heads for Earth.
It's a major escalation. The threat is no longer out there, it's at our doorstep, and that's a turning point. The attack, it changes public opinion. People start to see the Trisolarans differently.
They start to sympathize.
In a way, yeah. They see them as fighting for survival, too. It makes you question, can you really demonize an enemy facing such odds?
Like a cosmic Stockholm syndrome, almost?
Yeah.
But this leads to a deeper understanding of the dark forest theory, too, right?
Absolutely. The attack, the Trisolaran motivations, it all starts to make sense through that lens. It's a bleak picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dark forest theory, it says that revealing your location for a civilization, it's like an invitation for attack, makes communication, well, it makes communication dangerous.
Makes you wonder about all the signals we've been sending out trying to find aliens.
Yeah, the book definitely makes you think about that, about first contact, you know. What are the consequences? It doesn't really give you a clear answer, though.
So where do we go from here? Is humanity just doomed to hide forever?
There's no easy answer, the dark forest. It ends on kind of an ambiguous note, more questions than answers. But it does show how resilient humans can be. Even facing total annihilation, there are characters who find ways to love, to create, to find meaning.
So even in the darkest forest, there's still a bit of light, huh?
Exactly. And in the end, that's what the book's really about, choices. The choices we make as individuals, as a species, when we're facing the unknown.
It's definitely a book that stays with you. It makes you think about our place in the universe,
Yeah.
you know, and what we do, how that impacts things.
If you're looking for a sci-fi thriller, something to really make you think, The Dark Forest, it's a must-read.
And to make it super easy for you guys, we've included a purchase link right there in the show notes. Just click it and boom, you'll be transported to this world.
And while you're at it, why not subscribe to Mindful Moments? We've got more deep dives coming your way, all about nourishing your mind, you know, one bite-sized episode at a time.
That's right. So until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those ears open for more mindful moments.